So this is kind of me trying to occupy myself at the moment mentally, because I can't get any sleep. Past couple of nights, yesterday night, Finnish is getting to a stage of like, there'll be a couple of nights where I'm up every couple of hours, and then there'll be a day or a night of where I'll get a good 5-6 hours straight sleep. Now I'm trying, as I said, I'm trying to keep myself occupied. I'm trying to stop my mind circulating, stop what's going on outside of me. And the problem is I'm trying to stop it from agitating and making me angry and me lashing out, and I suppose getting pissed off with it, because I don't know, I suppose it's pointless. I've been, well, I bought a piece of equipment to try and see me through all this coronavirus shit going on. Hopefully I can get a couple of truck pulls in again. That's the plan. The plan is to see whether I could do that once a week, and do that to kind of still keep the strength balance there, and still be pushing myself to a certain degree. I'm trying not to talk about what's going on inside my head, because it's very, very nasty, and I haven't. Today's been alright. I haven't lashed out. I haven't reacted to anything. Well, I've reacted to things, but I haven't done anything physically, like lashed out or anything like that at the moment. I've snapped, but I haven't actually strangled myself, whipped myself, or smashed my head against something. And discussing this with the counsellor, she was saying to me that she wants me to go on 2 different medications, but because I've got my mind set on something else, another goal, I'm looking into things and looking into how to push that further. So this is just kind of me relating. I'm used to channeling this in a physical way. It's always been in a physical nature for me, and mentally I haven't really dealt with it in that way. But I'm starting to, I suppose, with what's been happening, and before I went and done that truck pull, I needed to go and do something, because I felt that basically my release had gone, and no matter what I was doing, it was still gone. I had no focus, no drive towards anything, and I had nothing to aim towards. Hence, I mean, with no work at the moment either, it's kind of causing a few issues. So my head's all over the place with thinking about other things going on. So this is kind of a diary for me, and basically for me in feeling other people, because I can't switch off at the moment. I can't get any sleep. So yeah, this is the plan of action, is to push this sandbag stuff a bit further, and sort of try and get that up to a good standard, and then go from there. The mental side of it, I haven't alerted my the person who's kind of given me advice at the moment. I haven't alerted her that I haven't got in contact with the doctors, because I suppose, in a sense, in a way, I'm stubborn, and I believe that the problem is, I don't believe that me going on that medication is going to be the right move for me personally, things we've talked about, like the pain side of it and things like that, and the enjoyment out of it. I suppose there's days I have it where I'm constantly pushing it. I didn't do it earlier, but I suppose that's because it wasn't night time. I suppose I kind of like doing it in the dark, and the thing is that it makes me seem nuts and loopy. And I suppose people when they see that they don't quite understand what's going on. But you know, there's things that I'm doing to try and channel it, but the goal that I had in mind to push towards was no longer there, and I lost that. And then all this thing's going on with that we're like basically the media scaremongering and causing loads of aggravation, getting told to be locked in your house, and then still dealing with what's going on with me mentally and going on with me in my head, and then the stuff that's going on around me and the stuff that's antagonising me on top of it. Because the problem is I'm kind of getting circled into a position of where I'm getting pushed for a reaction, and this obviously this has been discussed. The problem is I know myself. If I react and actually react towards that person or towards the people which are causing it, I'm going to look like the monster. Now, I'm in a situation of where the problem, and this comes down to the goal as well. The problem is if I haven't got anything in my sight or anything to push towards, then things get very bad and I get very agitated and I lose control over things and I snap and I lash out, and then I do things like bashing my head against walls and bashing my head against sheds, and I suppose this coming across to talking about on a YouTube channel or expressing it in this nature, I suppose in a way me talking to you, or not necessarily talking to you because the majority of people are probably ignoring this, but me talking about it is giving me something to channel towards and giving me a mindset and a goal to push towards. And this is a very ugly thing that we tend to face, because it's going down two roads. You're either contemplating on doing something to someone else, or you're contemplating on doing something to yourself, because you're never in between a happy medium. And the problem is with what's going on in my head, with its basically re-evaluating itself over and over and over and over again, which is, I suppose it's like self-torture. Then if people are causing me aggravation outside of it, I snap and get angry. There's been a lot of issues with me lately on certain things that I've got to deal with, and that's kind of down to me to try and overcome it. Hence why I'm trying to find different ways of dealing with it, rather than resulting on me going on shitloads of medication. Because in my eyes, all it's going to do is I'm going to have to come off of it eventually. So I might as well face the torment, because let's put it this way: I'm used to it. I am used to the mental torture. I'm used to the mental pain. I'm used to feeling like this. So I can only, one of two things can happen. I can only get stronger from it, and that's my mindset. I can only get stronger from what's happening. If I let some form of medication take control of that, and I suppose this is a risk in itself, because I suppose what I'm doing is, you could say I'm self-harming, and I'm self-abusing, and things like that. But I'm I'm used to physical pain. I find the physical pain shuts off the mental pain to a certain degree, and this might sound sad, but it's that close scenario to death which gives me a thrill. Um, it pushes me further, which hence why I suppose I do it, and it's a very stable scenario, a very unstable feeling. Um, but there's periods of times where I do it, where things are getting on top of me, and I'll have different situations and different reactions. I will end up shouting and yelling, or barking or growling before anything happens, and then if it starts escalating, I'll go down the road of doing something, and then I kind of escalates as where, well, shut things off, and I'll get to a point of where I'm on the verge of, of basically passing out, or I'm on the verge of knocking myself out. Um, so I suppose, with what's going on outside, and with everyone in pandemonium and panicking, it's a bit, I don't know, surreal in a way. Um, I can go into what I could express about the coronavirus, and what's going on there, and what I believe. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. We've been told to do this, and we've been told to basically lock ourselves in, and keep ourselves shut away from other people. And I'm following it to a certain degree, but I also need a release. If I don't have that release, and this is another thing that I'm saying, if I don't have that release, I will end up going over the edge. So I suppose, in a sense, this is me talking to you, rather than me lashing out or doing something that could potentially, harm or hurt myself. So I'm expressing this on here rather than expressing it out, shouting, yelling, getting aggravated, keeping my mind occupied. So this is, I suppose, this is what this channel is about. It's about me lifting, and me progressing to a point, but it's also about me documenting, and I suppose putting it up, and seeing it at a later date, and seeing how I'm progressing, and seeing how things are changing, because I don't see it in myself, and I've been told I've changed all this, that and the other. But I'd say the past few days, or the past week previously, have been quite dramatic, and things have escalated, and yeah, I suppose it is what it is. And yeah, I'm talking to you on here because I'm trying to find a channel, and trying to get people to realise that just because, there's a lot of people out there that have been through similar situations, and we get diverted into a direction because of what's happened. So that's kind of how I'm coming across, and what I'm saying. There's reasons behind why people are the way they are, and believe me in when I'm saying this, the people that have probably been through the worst situations in their life, I will openly, I've had plenty of people, are probably the nicest people in the world, and that's kind of what I'm saying. But there is a very dark and nasty side inside their head, which appears weird, and things escalate in their head, and things happen. So I suppose I'm saying that this is kind of me venting it out in the way that I need to, really.